my channel. I'm Ashley Goode. For those of you who are new, I'm a brand strategist and I work with women. Well, I work with women. I help women package their purpose into marketable and engaging brands on social media. And today I wanted to provide you guys with more information as far as it goes to my journey of becoming a full-time entrepreneur. Thank you guys who've been keeping up, leaving comments, liking the video, and just viewing it all together. Also, don't be shy to hit the subscribe button. I know it's a little bit of commitment, but I'm going to be giving you guys weekly updates as far as my journey goes. Keep updating you guys as far as, you know, providing you with marketing tips and things that you can apply to your business, and a little bit more goodies here and there. Shout out to one of the viewers that put in the comments of my previous video where I talked about week 2 of my full-time entrepreneurship journey, and she asked the question as to if I could make a video about how I financially plan to quit my job, or my financial plan before quitting my job. So I wanted to give you guys a little bit more in-depth information as far as my journey, when I financially plan, mentally plan, spiritually plan, and just the timeline. That way, if you're planning on quitting your job and you want to get your finances in order, your life in order, your mind in order, you can start working on that so you can take that leap too. Because I think we all deserve to live a life that we are happy about, that we enjoy, and also do something that you love doing and making money off of that. That's why I'm so dedicated to helping women, in particularly, especially Black women, just live a life of purpose and, you know, build a business that is based off of their gifts and their talents, so that way they can spend time with, you know, the ones they love, create a life that they love. But that's enough. I'm off my soapbox. So let's get started. If I look to the sides, because I'm looking at my laptop for my note, how I financially plan to quit my job, I'm gonna be honest with y'all, I ain't really have a plan. I knew I wanted to quit my job. It's always been a goal. I didn't want to work a 9-to-5 all the time. And I always disclaim, nothing wrong with the 9-to-5, but for me, it was not the lifestyle that I wanted. I'm tired of clocking in, clocking out, having a manager, trying to be on other people's time, because I feel like I could be putting more time into the things that I love to do, into my business, so that way I could thrive on my own. So that's always been my mindset. So I didn't really start getting serious about it until like towards the end of the pandemic. I really didn't take that leap until February-ish. So backstory, 2020, we all had a crazy year. In the beginning of 2020, I was running my business. I got burnt out very quickly because I just felt lost in the sauce amongst other stuff that's been going on with the pandemic and COVID. And so I've always wanted to be a real estate agent, so I was planning to go to real estate school. I was like, okay, bet. So I'm working this job. I know I want to quit my job, but I don't foresee myself becoming a full-time entrepreneur, because currently where I was in my business, I wasn't getting clients. Didn't have much people enrolling in my program. Like, people really weren't checking for me. And I understood, especially being during a time where it's, you know, where people are losing their jobs, people are getting sick, you know, financial opportunity just really wasn't there in the beginning of 2020 when COVID hit, because we're just lost in the sauce. We're affected financially, mentally, spiritually. So I was like, all right, well, what I could probably do is I can finally cash in on my dream of wanting to become a real estate agent, or just wanting to have my real estate license. And by the time I finish school, get my license, I can go ahead and focus on doing that business. And while I'm generating income from real estate, I can start working on my business. So that still gave me room to not work a 9-to-5, work on my own commission base, work as a commission-based real estate agent, while also building my business and putting money into it. So eventually, when my business is thriving, I can focus more on that. So that was my plan. My plan was like, look, I'm going to go to real estate school, get my license, quit my job, focus more on my business and real estate school, use that as my main, and real estate school and as a real estate agent, use that as the bulk of my income to put into my business, so I can continue to pay the bills and do the regular stuff, and then eventually be a full-time entrepreneur. As a real estate agent, I would be a full-time entrepreneur, but ultimately my main goal at the time was to build my coaching business so I can make majority of my income from there. So October 2020, I enrolled in real estate school. everything's going well. And then I started hearing people talk about how, you know, you prepared to quit your job in order to become a real estate agent and do that full time. So I was hearing people talking about how they save 3 to 6 months. So I'm like, okay, bet. I'm going to save 3 to 6 months of my income, so by the time I finish real estate school and pass my test shortly after, I can quit my job. So that was my original financial plan, I guess you could say. It wasn't really, to me it was a plan. You know how you say you want to do something but you really don't believe you can do it, or you really don't believe that you're actually going to achieve it? That's where I was at. I was like, all right, I'm just talking like, all right, I'm gonna do it, and if it happens, it happens, and we'll just go from there. So when over those next few months, real estate school was from October to like mid-December, like a little before Christmas. And so at the end of real estate school, you take your exam for the class. Once you pass that, shortly after, you have to apply to take your real estate exam, and then once you pass your real estate exam, you go ahead and get your license. So between August and December, I was saving money like crazy. Like, a good thing for me that helped financially plan, I guess, to quit my job to be a real estate agent, which is so funny because I didn't quit my job becoming a real estate agent. It was actually doing my business. But what I did was I budgeted. So the first thing I did was, okay, so I looked at my income, and in order to achieve my 6-month amount, I had to figure out how much money I can actually save per check. I guess I gotta be transparent with y'all. I don't even work that job anymore. So I think at the time my goal was like 13,000 and something. My bills were a lot lower then. So I was like, okay, to me that's a lot of money to save $13,000. But I was like, if I start knocking off on all this unnecessary stuff that I'm paying for on a monthly basis, I could really get it down as low as $1,200, so we're not having to save, you know, that amount. So that's what I did. I looked at unnecessary stuff. I think I was paying for stuff like some subscriptions, I don't even remember, some subscriptions I was paying for that I don't even use, some apps that I was paying for that I don't even use. So I would say, when you look at your bills and you break them down from the important stuff that you need from like your household lifestyle items that you need, and then look at the stuff that is secondary that you probably don't need, start knocking off stuff that you don't need. Because sometimes you're paying for a subscription, a live stream service, some type of like video streaming service that you probably don't use. So I would say start knocking that off. I was able to knock down my bills to around $1,200 a month, so it was still closer to $1,300, but I think it was like not $1,300. It was around 10,000. So I was like, all right, 10,000 still a lot, but I can do it. So I was like, okay, cool. So that's what I did. I was like, all right, so I can start saving at least $500 to $1,000 a month, because as a leasing agent at the time, that's what I was doing for work. I also got monthly bonuses, and my monthly bonuses were around like $1,000 to $2,000 a month. My income at the time was $2,500 a month, so I was like, all right, bet. So before gross income it was $2,500, but I was taking home like around I only been out of work for like a month, and now I'm just like I forgot everything. But gross was $2,500, but my net was around like $2,000. So I was like, okay, bet. So with my $1,200 of bills per month, I honestly could save $800 a month. And I was like, okay, well, if my goal is 10,000, I'm gonna give y'all a rough estimate numbers because I don't honestly remember, and I divide that by 800 a month, it would literally take me a year to actually save up. But I'm like, y'all, I need to leave ASAP. So after I started knocking off those bills, I was like, look, ain't no more. I actually had to look at my bank statement and see where majority of my money was going to, and majority of my money was going to food. Little stops to Starbucks, little lunch times in between for breaks at work. You know, if me and my wife just want to do something, I had to start knocking that stuff off. I was like, all right, we're going to prioritize. What we're going to do is, if I like to eat out, or if I like to get my nails and my hair done, that's something that I'm going to have to start budgeting specifically for that, or not do it at all. Because if my goal is to quit my job so I can be this real estate agent, I need to start getting serious. So I was no longer getting my hair done. I was no longer getting my nails done. I took out the luxury things that I don't necessarily need. I wasn't eating out lunch majority of the time because I don't need that. So I was able to start really cracking down, and y'all, that really put a lot of money in my pocket. So on top of that, from October to when I quit my job in July, I was able to save actually more than $10,000. And I was like, look at God. Like, I was like, okay, so in my mind, if I was logically going to do it, I wouldn't probably be able to quit my job until September, y'all. That was like my rough date, the farthest, the cutoff time. I would have liked to quit my job in May, but I was like, if I'm going to reach my goal, it's going to be in September. By the time, like I said, it's going to take 12 months. But I was like, I'm gonna try to save as much money as possible, and that's honestly what it was. Cut out the unnecessary expenses, and start just getting serious about it. So if you are looking to quit your job, like I was saying before, the first thing that I did was to look at your monthly budget of bills. Once you do that, break them down as to priority bills, as far as like rent, utilities, renter's insurance, health insurance, car notes, stuff that you need to survive. Then have a secondary, like unnecessary things you might not even need. It's just a luxury to you. So like your Netflix, Hulu, if you're subscribed to, I don't know, some other type of subscriptions that you might not even use. Not saying get rid of them all, because you know what, you work hard and you deserve to, you know, reap the benefits of having some luxury things. But if there are things that you feel like, if you feel like quitting your job is more important than those things, I personally knock them off, because I was like, you know what, when I do quit my job and make more income in the long run, I'll be able to reap those things. And to be honest, where I'm at now, I don't even use those subscriptions, so it was no point. So start knocking off that secondary list and look at, okay, this is how much I can save per month, to be realistic about it. And then from there, once you figure out your newly monthly bill number, then times it by 3 or times it by 6, or however long of an income, however much of an income that you want to save. For me, it was 6 months. That'll help you determine, okay, this is how much I can save each month, and now I can start creating my goal for the date that I'm going to actually put in my resignation to quit my job. So if you do want to do it sooner, like for me, it was going to take 12 months. September was given too long. I didn't have much time. People was getting on my nerves, and I was ready to go. And so I was saving money. All right, I like to shop, I like to eat. We not doing that right now. I like to get my hair done, get my hair done and stuff, like nails and hair done. We not doing that. The girl got her hair braided. She wasn't getting her hair done for 3 months, so that saved money in my pocket. Didn't have to buy products, didn't have to go to nobody's shop. So I would say budget, crack down. If you need to make more income so you can quit sooner, do that. Whether it's, you know, if you want to do Instacart, or, you know, I don't know, pick up another gig, or if you currently have a business, use that income as well. So at that time, for me, my business wasn't generating any income amongst COVID, so I was trying to pivot and try something else. So fast forward, I'm looking at my notes so I can give y'all some more tea. I told y'all, okay, I would have reached my savings goal by September. The earliest I wanted to quit my job, if God would allow me, was May 31st. And so between October and January, October and May, I had to figure things out from there. So I started saving my money closer to the end of October, finished school around December. I didn't pass my test the first time around, second time around, so I passed my test in January. And so I was like, all right, bet. So we finna get this license. So by around January time, I still wasn't saving as much money as I wanted to. And my business still wasn't generating as much income or income at all at that time for that matter. And I was like, how am I going to make more money? And I was like, okay, while I figure that out, my next goal is I'm not going to quit until I get my license and I'm with a firm, so at least I'm in a position to you know, I'm comfortable. I'm not like I quit my job, now I'm scrambling to get in a firm to make more money. So I was like, okay, something gotta move and shake. And so I ended up starting a marketing agency, and I started providing services like I tell you guys now. My business with my wife, and also on my own as a freelancer, providing services for content writing, social media graphics, content planning and stuff like that. So I started that, and then praise Jesus, I got some clients within so I started in February. I got clients within like the next month or so, and so that brought in more income, y'all. So I was able to save more money. On top of that, y'all, you know what I forgot? I forgot about them stimuluses. Them stimulus came through, y'all. I saved my stimuluses, period. Both of them stimulus checks, I'm getting so real with y'all right now, letting y'all in on my business. But both of my stimulus checks, all the extra money that we were receiving during the pandemic was such a blessing. I saved my stimulus checks. I saved my tax money. Also, because I do have a business, I was able to take out a PPP loan and allow that. Oh, I sound basic as fuck, like the people they be talking about, but I don't give a fuck. Because if it's free money, take advantage of it. Especially do it, I would say do it the correct way. Do not break the law, because I think PPPs have negative connotations towards them because people are scamming, and if you're not going to be honest, don't even do it. So I don't know, side note, but yeah, so I took advantage of the PPP loan, which helped me within my business and helped generate more income and helped me get to my goal faster. So by the time it was May, I had the $10,000, but I still didn't have my real estate license. So I was like, all right, so what we doing? Because you ain't passing these tests. It's been the three or four times where I haven't even passed my test. Y'all, that test is freaking hard, and North Carolina is one of the hardest in the country for the real estate exams. Because after that, shortly when I was getting rocky within my income around February when I started the business, and I got some clients around March, money still wasn't looking how I wanted to, and I wanted to quit in May. So I was like, okay, well, maybe this ain't gonna happen. Maybe I do have to wait till September. So me and God was talking. I was like, but God, I don't think I can stay here much longer. These people are getting on my nerves. So I was like, okay, if I could pass my test next month, and maybe I could find a firm, sell about 2 houses. This was not logical. I was not thinking logical. To be honest with you, I was thinking that real estate was a get rich quick scheme. I can go get my license, join a firm, sell about 3-4 houses, get my money, and I can be ready to go. No. Real estate is not an easy job. Real estate, especially now, these homes are flying off the shelf, so it's even hard. People are selling their houses left and right, so it's hard to win. This is a side note, it has nothing to do with this video, but it's hard for buyers to buy houses because the selling market is so slim and people are buying them left and right, that as somebody coming into the industry, it'd probably be hard for me to build my clientele. So it's a taboo market right now. Things are different. So for me to think that I can come in as a new real estate agent, make all these money, sell on these houses right away, was kind of very naive. Not saying that God can't bless me like that, but that wasn't the path that he led me on. So he led me to start my business, got my clients, started generating more income. The income that I was generating actually was enough income to replace that $1,200 of bills. So I was like, that's all I need. The girl just wants her bills covered. I don't need to do anything else. By the time I quit my job, I can start scaling my business and making more money. So that's what I did. So May, I had 2 solid clients that were paying me on a monthly basis, so that was able to take care of part of my bills, and my goal was to get 1 more. Y'all, that was the struggle. I had a couple clients in between that I worked with and a couple of discovery calls, but nothing was seeming to stick. So May came and went. June was coming. I had a potential client that I was pitching to, and I locked it in, y'all. I locked it in. So I was like, all right, God, what we doing? He gave me the date. It came around the time July 7th. I put in my resignation letter, y'all. And July 22nd, your girl was out of there. So I say all that to say, trust God. I'm gonna be honest with y'all. Like, this financial thing, it happened by the grace of God, because I told y'all it was gonna take 12 months to reach 10,000. But we are in a time during the pandemic where resources and opportunities are very scarce for a lot of people, from, you know, jobs to being able to pay your bills and rent, and, you know, just really, when it comes to a lot of businesses, just trying to get traffic through the door. So we have a lot of lenders and loan opportunities and what do you call them? Yeah, lenders, mortgage companies, rental assistance programs that are willing to give money to people who need it. So I would say during this time, definitely take advantage of the resources that you have around you. Whether, you know, you have a business and you need to take out a loan because you need more income to help you sustain your business, or take advantage of grants that are supporting you. A lot of organizations are catering specifically to Black businesses because of this time that a lot of them have suffered due to the pandemic, and they want to invest. So there's people that want to invest in you, want to invest in your ideas and your business. So take advantage of it. Also, there's programs to help with rent assistance if you need assistance with paying your bills. So just research. Take the time to actually strategize in a way that is beneficial to your goals. Because for me, like I said, I took advantage of the PPP loan because my business wasn't generating any income. We got stimulus checks, but I saved it. So focus on your goal, keep that in mind, and just keep going. I know it's hard when you're at a job that you don't feel happy, when you feel overwhelmed, when you feel like, you know, you can't do it anymore. You're probably crying every single day. Like, I've been there, crying, don't want to go, depressed, sad. I gave up on my business a couple times because I literally had no energy to pour into it, but I had to keep pushing. I had to think about the goal in the long run. And I definitely say trust God and talk to God. I am so spiritual, and I'm so about including God on your journey, because God totally, this is him. I didn't do anything. And I share my journey more in depth in an intimate way on my podcast called the Position for Purpose podcast, where I do explain, you know, how God has really helped in my business and my purpose. And I think he is really monumental in my business, because I did not want to start a new business in February, but God said, start this business. And by the grace of God, I was able to get 3 clients in less than 3 months that happened to be the exact amount of income that I needed to cover my bills, so I can quit my job sooner than September. So definitely trust God. If you have the goal, make a plan, budget, do what you need to do, cut ties with just the financial habits that you have that it could probably hinder you. So like for me, I wasn't going out, I wasn't hanging out, and it was a pandemic. Where was I going? So that allowed me to save more money. So definitely focus on that. If you have any questions, definitely put them in the comments. If you enjoyed this and you made it to the end, thank you so much. I'm so happy that you guys, you know, stuck around. Definitely share. Please subscribe, y'all. Like, please subscribe. Y'all been watching my videos this long. You might as well subscribe and join the tribe. I'm just saying. So, and let me know if you guys want any more videos about just more in depth about financial planning to quit your job, for like a walkthrough of how I budgeted, or if you want to learn more about how I actually created an income through my business, which is probably going to be another video, being a brand strategist or whatever. I want to help y'all build y'all businesses and make more income and get some clients. I'll definitely do that for you guys. And thank you so much for watching. Love y'all. Is that a heart? Yeah, it's a heart. And I'll see y'all in the next video.